So the entire population is there, and if we want to find out some, correlated relationship, what we do, we take some sample. So, like if we want to find out whether we have COVID or not, what we do, we take a sample of our blood, as well as we come across some conclusion. So, when we talk about the classification of sampling, basically it is divided into probability sampling as well as non-probability sampling. And what is probability sampling? That is giving chances for everyone in the population. So that is what the probability sampling. And opposite to not giving chance for everyone is the non-probability sampling. And when we talk about probability sampling, we use probability sampling inside quantitative research. Okay, so these are all the classification of probability. We shall see one by one. So what is the first one is the simple random sampling. So what is the meaning of simple random sampling is, see, as I said, inside probability sampling, we give chances for everyone in the population. So that what we do, we can take an example of a lottery method. What we do, we assign numbers. What we do, we put all the numbers. For example, in a class there are 60 students, and we want to do an event or activity or assign some work. What we do, we take we what we do we in under lottery method, we find out one, we randomly we pick some people. So that is what simple random sampling. And the next one is the systematic sampling. What is the meaning of systematic is, where simple random, it is luck based. Anyone can be picked up. But inside systematic, we have a system. How? See, we can order them in numbers, and among even numbers we pick. So here there is a system. Okay. So the population is listed, and we randomly we pick. So that is what systematic sampling, maybe alphabetical, numerical, like even numbers. And what is stratified sampling? So what we do, the population is divided into groups. Okay, the groups may be gender, age, income, their job role, or else any classification. And each group is divided into subgroup. So what we say that subgroups are strata. The name behind this group subgroups are strata. So what we do is we do a stratified random sampling. So that is why everything comes under probability sampling, but we assign some kind of clarity. That is, only genders are put under one strata, and age-wise people are kept under one strata, and income-wise, like that way we do stratified random sampling. The next one is the cluster sampling, and here what we do, similar characters, that is homogeneous in nature. For example, if we take Reliance Fresh, see, Reliance Fresh is being started in each and every street we have. Even sometimes two Reliance Fresh in one street we have. For example, if you want to do a kind of research, that is how many people comes and purchases a particular brand, like that way, if we want to do, what we do, because every representative of that Reliance Fresh is doing the same job. So what we can do, we can take only 3 branches from the particular Chennai South Zone, 3 branches. Because as it is homogeneous in nature, we do a cluster sampling by taking only 3 branches in order to come across a conclusion for the South Zone. Okay, what is the demand for this particular brand in the South Zone? For that purpose, what we do, we take into account only the 3 branches of Reliance Fresh. So that is what cluster sampling. And what is the meaning of non-probability sampling? As I said, that each and every one is not given importance. Everything has non-random criteria. That is, here when we talk about non-probability sampling, the first and foremost is the thing which we need is, this is convenience, and it is break. The word is break. Convenient sampling, that is, according to our convenience, what we do, we pick 100 people. Okay, what the 100 people will say, it may not be the actual representation of the population. So when we talk about the non-probability sampling, it is always maximum. It is biased, and inferences according to the person who does the particular project. It is their inference. Okay, so that is what non-probability sampling we cannot rely upon. Okay, so next one, purposive sampling. So here, judgment based sample we do. That is, we mm, some, for example, purposive sampling. For example, what we can take as an example is uh, from one particular university, we take only the disabled students and we get the feedback of a particular thing. So how do you feel? Okay, how about your mobility inside the particular university or a college? So this is what purposive sampling, that is detailed knowledge of a particular phenomenon. And next one, quota sampling, as we all know that quota, we know, so I think it is a sampling with a preset standard. Okay, already there will be some standard for that, so that we say even our BC, MBC, like that way we have our we have been divided. So it is a example for quota sampling, and the last one is the snowball sampling. And here, what we do inside the snowball sampling, we I mean we will not be able to find out that track. We cannot able to track certain cases. So in such a case, what we will do, we will do the snowball sampling. For example, if a particular person, that is some dreadful diseases, if he has cancer or some of
Hello.
the diseases, yes, yes, yeah, I know, yeah, or else any refugees who has come from a particular country, then if we come into contact with one person, then we can ask, so who are all accompanied you while you came from that particular country, then that person will give the complete track as well as the trace of that particular people. So this is what snowball sampling, that is one person gives idea about the other, with the other person we come to know about the other three, so that we can track us or else we can trace. So this is what snowball I mean sampling. I think you are clear about I mean sampling. So now we are going to see about scales. So, what is the meaning of scales? That is nominal, ordinal, interval, ratio scales. These are the four measurement scales which is utilized in order to capture the data from the surveys or from the questionnaires or some similar research. Okay. So here, I mean, even the scales which we use, even we use for multiple choice questions, we use scales. And how this psychologist Stanley Smith Stevens, he is the one who created these kind of four levels of management measurement. Okay, well, I mean this is being found out by this psychologist. Okay, so let me see one by one. What is nominal scale? So inside the nominal scale, what we do, we where it is used. That is, it is used only for the qualitative research. What is the meaning of qualitative? The write-ups. Okay. So, for example, we will write what is your gender. So that is what we say as the nominal scale. That is the level of measurement in which the numbers serve as the tags or labels to classify or else the identify the objects. So next one, ordinal scale. Here, what we do, we rank them. We rank first, second, like that way. We the level of measurement is given with the help of ranking of data. So that is what we say is the ordinal scale. And next one, what is the interval scale? So what are inside the interval scale, we normally inside quantitative measurement give some kind of intervals. That is what we say Likert scale. Famous popular interval scale is Likert scale. We give equal intervals. For example, very good, good, neutral, bad, very bad, like that way. Okay, strongly agree, agree, do not agree, like that way. Okay, we give interval for all the scales. Equal importance is given. So that is what Likert scale. And next one, ratio scale. Here Why inside ratio scale, it is the only scale of measurement where 0 is taken into account. From 0 to 10 kg, how much? Like that way. So the character of the origin, 0 points is given inside this ratio scale. And next one, this is the important thing I thought of first. If you are able to take a screenshot, please take, because this is the permissible statistics. When you are using the nominal measurement scale, then what you need to do, you have to apply percentages, mode, chi-square test, contingency coefficient, or else binomial test. If you are using ordinal scale, because ordinal means giving rank, then what you need to do is the example for what you can give ranking. For preference, you can give rank, and for images, then what are all the statistics you can use? You can use percentile, quartiles, median, rank order correlation, Friedman, ANOVA technique you can use for ordinal scale. And if you are using an interval scale, what is I said, Likert scale, that is equally importance is given, ratio is given for all the scores. Look, what are all the examples for that? That is what is agree, don't agree, attitude. All adjectives can be used inside this interval scale. Attitude, opinion, index numbers. Then, if we are using the interval scale, then what is the permissible statistics? Product, moment, correlation, coefficient test, Z test, ANOVA, regression analysis, as well as factor analysis. And the last one, if you are using a ratio scale, here I said from 0 we can use any intervals. Okay, and if it is that, then we can use age, income, market share, sales, cost, like that way. So here geometric, this permissible statistic is geometrical mean, harmonic mean, coefficient coefficient of variation, like that way. Yes. So next, yeah, this we know, primary data, secondary data. Yes. So how far we can collect that? By through observation, then through interview method, then we can use questionnaire, and we can use some schedules. And what is secondary data? That is, if it is already published through government publication, public records, historical or statistical documents, business documents, technical and trade journals, then we say it is a secondary data. That is, if it is published, these people will publish. And what are the unpublished data? If you write, that is diaries, personal diary, if some person has a habit of writing, then the personal letters, these are also can be taken for the secondary data. Okay, that is letters, then unpublished biographies, all that can be utilized under the secondary data collection.